If you love music, then do more than just listen. Connor's Music. Welcome to John Connors live from Connors Music. We've been coming live to you on the first and third Wednesdays of the month. And we've been doing this, I've been doing this from Connors Music. We were doing it weekly for a while during the pandemic. And we've moved to first and third Wednesday of the month. This month we had to do second and third for a while enough that I kind of consider myself a little bit of at least intermediate live streamer now. I almost want to say like a quasi live stream expert, enough that people come in and ask me about live streaming in the showroom here at the music store, or email me all the time. So you'd think by now I would know to not have my face up on the screen when I hit go live. Yet I hit go live and I looked at myself. So I don't think there was too many people watching at that moment we went live, but anybody watching the replay is going to see me going. Anyways, there you have it. And I'll have to make sure I bring that up. We're talking about a future event. So currently we've got our live stream going on, and we've also got a podcast that Dave and Joe Connors host or co-host here from Connors Music as well. They do that monthly. And they've had some great guests and some awesome conversation topics, and we're getting a lot of great feedback about that. And so I was going to suggest to them we could do one of the topics be live streaming and have me on as the in-house expert. But we'll have to make sure we get that clip of me starting it going, oh, right. Oh, hit the video. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Anyways, so on with the show. Let's address a few comments here as people are saying hi, and then I'll tell you what we're doing tonight. Go Marlies, go. Why not, right? We've got Joseph Wall going down there to hopefully get them through the third round. He played great for the Leafs. Phil says, good evening. Good evening to you, Phil. I'm going to keep Leafs talk to a limited amount. Otherwise, you're just going to see me here getting grumpy and crying and stuff. You don't want that. We got some great waltz music we're going to play tonight. And Arnold gives me the thumbs up. Thanks, Arnold, for that. So let me give you a quick rundown on the gear. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to do a song and then explain to you how I did it right after. And but before I do that, I'm going to say top of the evening to Sandra Hopkins there. Thanks for tuning in and watching. A lot of people on Facebook today. Make sure if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, you comment as well. We want, all three platforms represented in the comment thread. Facebook seems to be the most active of the commenters. And we appreciate it. And of course, you can, like and subscribe on YouTube and friend us on Facebook. And I don't know what you do on Twitch. We're there, but I actually don't know what you call it. Twitching. Anyways, okay. If the Marlies win 3 in a row, we're in that's true. Absolutely. So there we go. All right. So we're going to do a tune, and then we'll talk about how we're doing folk and country waltzes with a looper. Here we go. Sorry, before I do this, I gotta say hi to Dulcie there from Cranbrook. We had a great experience out there. We went out and played the Connors Brothers, the band, went out and played a wedding there, and we met some amazing people. So thank you for tuning in. All right, there we go. Okay, folk and country waltzes with a looper. Here we go. we go. Okay, so that piece was called Come Over the Stream, Charlie. And that was a traditional folk and country waltz. So now I'll tell you what I did to make that happen. And look at that. What a nice sounding guitar. Oh, I got to put that up there. What a nice sounding guitar. Your playing is good. I'm going with an Irish accent with folk waltzes today. What a nice sounding guitar. Your playing is good also. Thank you so much, Phil. Okay, the guitar. I'm going to give you the whole rundown here. I'll keep it nice and straight to the point. The beautiful acoustic I'm using today is a Canadian-made Art and Lutherie Roadhouse in the denim blue finish. Everyone knows I look good in denim. And it's got the cool volume and tone knobs on the top, which I used because when I did the melody, I wanted my volume up a little bit. So I quickly reached down and gave it a little tweak. I'm running that through the Boss RC1 loop station. This would be, I would say it's considered their entry level looper. And this guy retails for $169.99. We have it in stock. And it's, I'm going to say one of the easier to use loopers. And one of the reasons for that is you saw I played a part and then it played it over and over again so I could play on top of it. So that's what a looper is. It just does a little phrase recording and repeats it over and over again until you want it to stop. On this particular model, there's a little screen, a circular screen. I kind of wish I had a second camera now. Again, a pro live streamer would have a second camera on their pedals. I'm just an intermediate live streamer. But anyways, it's got this circle and you can see where you are in the loop that you've created. And so you hit it to start recording. You hit it again, it starts it playing. If you hit it one more time, you can add parts to it, which I didn't do. I just wanted the 2 parts. That's what we're looking for today. And then to stop the loop, you double tap the switch, and to erase it, which I've now done, you double tap it and hold it. So everything you saw, I did sort of live in front of you. So I've got the guitar plugged in through the looper, through our interface, and the little reverb you hear is from the software included with the interface. So again, Personas Revelator, as an intermediate live streamer, that's what I recommend. So I learned something new tonight. Didn't know what a looper was. There you go. And where this also can be handy, Sandra, so thanks for bringing that up, is if you're looking to practice melody playing or solo playing, it's great because you can make your own little accompaniment and then play on top of it. So yes, it's a cool performance tool, but I think it's also a great practice tool. I think back to when I first started learning soloing, and I had a friend, Matt Malloy. I'm going to give him full credit here, who he was willing to sit there beside me and go like that, so I could go and hear. Whoops, there we go. That sounds a little bit. So I could play those parts against the actual accompaniment. Because if you solo all by yourself with no accompaniment, then you're not really connected to anything. And we'll see that sometimes with people that practice their riffs all by themselves all the time, and then they go take it to play with the band, and they can't really connect it rhythmically as easily because they haven't practiced doing that. So there we have that. So if you have any questions about the Art and Lutherie guitar, about the looper, or about waltzing, feel free to throw them at me in the comment section. So on that note about waltzing, today I'm using pieces. Oh, look at this. We've got a testimonial RC1 I have. It's simple, and I like simple. And it is, I would say, in the world of looping, it's very simple. It's one cable in, one cable out for my guitar, and then yeah, one button on off. So very good. It has a few other options to expand, but that's the basic use out of the box. So I'm playing these pieces from this book here. It's called Folk and Country Waltzes for Guitar. I credited the author Miles Courtiere for his arrangements in our description today. And I've got 2 other pieces I've kind of quickly gone through from it. I'm reading the notation and the accompaniment. I'm playing the chords that are listed above. So you're getting a waltzing or a waltzing accompaniment, and then I'm going to play the melody on top. And these books we just put on sale. So I will, I was going to cue this up before. Again, a pro live streamer would have done this already. They would have queued up their links that they were going to share. And here I'm going, oh, right, I was going to share links. Um, but regardless, I'll share the links for these that have just gone on sale today. So that way, if you too want to play some folk and country waltzes, you could just come in and grab a copy of the book, and then you have all the content you need. We also put a couple other books on sale that I'll also include at the end of the live stream in the comment section, so that you can just go right to the link or drop by the music store or whatever you like. All right, this next song is called Crossing to Erin. Here we go. I'm wincing because I know that I didn't get a smooth transition on my loop. I think you heard that. We'll work with it. All right, there we go. I was crossing to Erin. Again, you watch for those little moments and learn from them. So the loop, you want to think about those last few beats of your measure as it starts again. So my plan had been to go 1, 2, 3, hit the button, and that would start my loop with the full beats. But I cut it off a little short. I was just like kind of feeling for it with my foot. I should have just looked down and made sure. So here, I'm going to erase that now. Oh, there we go. Okay. If you've already stopped your loop and you're going to erase it, you got to like hit it and then hold it. So there you go. There's one extra little thing that I didn't mention, but I do appreciate this, Phil. Thanks. You're great for my self-esteem, Phil. I have to say that. You give me a little applause and these compliments, and so great. Thank you. Don't get into live streaming if you're doing it for the self-esteem, though, guys. Especially, what's fun is we've been putting up shorts. We've been doing this from the podcast as well as the live stream. So if you're seeing, especially on YouTube, or sometimes we'll repost them on Instagram or on Facebook, these little short sequences from the live stream, or like from the shows, little clip, little highlight, if you will. And some of the comments, I guess the term is we use is trolls, right? are wild, what people will say. I did a live stream with a guest, and I thought it sounded wonderful. And the first comment that came up after we posted the short clip was 5 puking emojis, like, you know, and I laughed, and I made sure the guest, I told them, and I said, don't worry, I know this is not directed at anybody really. This is just people that go out there and want to say things. Um, and the feedback we get all the time is so positive. Those counteract any of the negative stuff you see, but so I don't stress about it. But again, that's important to know if you're going to get into doing that sort of thing. Getting out there on, you got to thick skin. I don't know what the phrase is, but anyways. So I told you I'd tell you about the other books, and then I've got another song prepared here for you. So the other book that we put on sale tonight is Folk and Country Waltzes for Mandolin. So there you go. Like if you're a mandolin player, I don't see any in the comment thread so far. Tell me if you play mandolin in the comments so that I know that showing this book off tonight isn't going to falling on deaf ears. So Folk and Country Waltzes for Mandolin is also on sale. The other one that actually I was gonna feature originally, like when I was planning out the show, because I love playing this style of music, was this book called Hot Guitar Styles. And it features a lot of styles of music that I love playing on guitar, like 12-bar blues and blues, some folk. And then when I went through it, there's some really great content in the book. So we put this on sale as well. If you have a CD player, the added bonus is it's got some backing tracks that you can throw the CD on and and play along with. But you learn some core values for soloing from this book in a very nice and methodical way, which I thought was very cool. But at the end of it, I was like, "There's no songs in the book," like, and I wasn't going to put a CD on and play to a backing track. Oh, I could have, I suppose. And I also, that's what got me thinking about looping, because I was like, oh, I could loop. That was a hard P. Loop. I could loop the 12-bar blues and then solo on it. But then I was like, again, it's just me riffing and no songs. So then I went through our catalog of books that we have here and came across the Folk and Country Waltzes for both mandolin and guitar. I don't really play mandolin much, so I was like, I'll do the guitar ones and tell people about the mandolin one. So, all right. So there's how we got to where we are. So again, any questions about Folk and Country Waltzes? The next piece I'm going to play for, I think a lot of you will know. And impromptu, when I started working on it, I thought, well, I could probably sing a verse or two too. So I'm going to give you the looped everything I've been doing tonight. So you're going to get the looped accompaniment with the melody for this piece, plus then maybe some singing of it as well. And then we'll see where we're at there. So thanks again for tuning in. It's John Connors live. Live from Connors Music. And I'm playing from the Folk and Country Waltzes book, reading the notation and playing the accompaniment and using a looper to play both at the same time. Here we go. Another thing to watch out for when you do looping, and maybe I have a tendency to do this, is I speed up a little bit while I'm playing sometimes. So when you hit the beginning of the loop, you'll notice tempo drop. So I'm doing very long loops, which tends to cause that a little more. So just something to watch out for. Scarborough Fair. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Cambric shirt, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Without no seam, no need a word, he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to find me an acre of land. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. There we go. Little Scarborough Fair there for you. Let's throw up some. Oh, that was an earlier one. Cliff Eaton, thank you for the comments, the thumbs up there, and Sandra, thank you for that. I'm going to make another excuse here. So the folk and country waltz has a beautiful melody, and I love this part here where it goes. But I don't. I wasn't comfortable with the melody going there and staying on the D chord. I maybe would have recommended they went. I'm telling. Okay, so there you go. If you guys see Miles Courtiere on the road somewhere in your life, you say John Connors says should have been an E minor on the fourth measure because he stayed on the D, so he went still over the D chord, but I think it should have gone. And that would have helped the phrasing. It would have helped the melody connect more. So, that's my thoughts on that. Let me jump back here to a couple of comments. So, it is a great tune. And again, you get the melody here, the chord progression. So really beneficial. You don't have the lyrics. So I printed off a lyric sheet so that I could, sing that. And then I realized I got this version by the Celtic Women and I wanted to get the version by Simon and Garfunkel. What can you do? Then Curtis says it's the Mike Cianelli guitar, and it's super close to the Mike Cianelli guitar. So, he endorses these now, I think. So Mike got the legacy model with same color, same brand, Canadian made, but this is the Roadhouse model, so slightly smaller. But I think everything looks bigger on TV too. So, if you're watching this on your screens at home, maybe this little Roadhouse guitar along with me look a little bigger than in real life. Hal Blaine says on the road again, and you're right, John. So about the E minor, I think that's what she's saying, that it should have been an E minor. So you know what I'm gonna do? I got like, Curtis says he didn't see the bottom half of the guitar, and so there you go. So maybe everything looks just the right size, but you only saw half because I didn't have it in the thing. So I'm kind of feeling this. Is what I'm feeling. Instead of searching through, I was going to search through the book and just sight read another piece for you, but I kind of want to do Scarborough Fair with the looper with the John Connors version of it here, and I'm going to bring up the lyrics that I wanted to sing and just do this thing like right. Why not? Right being subjective, of course. So give me a second here. Thanks for bearing with me and staying in. We got lots of people still viewing and throwing in comments, so I appreciate that. So I'm going to go Scarborough Fair, even if I don't get the Simon and Garfunkel lyrics. If I get uh, the the original folk lyrics, that might be just fine. There we go. Not too different. Without no seams nor needlework. Oh, that's all the same. There we go. All right, so here we go. So we're going to add the E minor. We're going to do the loop again. And thanks again for tuning in. So I'm just going to put Sandra's comment on. Yes, E minor. This is the Yes, E minor version of Scarborough Fair. Thanks again. Got to erase that. Erase. There we go. You can tell it erases because it blinks all red. It's like, it's gone. Okay, here we go. More. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. He was once a true love of mine. Tell him to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, without no seam, no needlework. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to find me an acre of land. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, between the salt water and the sea strand. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. He once was a true love of mine. There we go. I felt much better about that. Ooh, let's take that reverb down. I'm giving away my tricks. I cranked the reverb for the vocals on that halfway through because I just really wanted that ominous, mist over the fairgrounds kind of. Anyways, there we go. And thank you guys for these comments. I threw that up right there, Curtis, because that means a lot coming from you. This guy, you got to go see this guy sing. So for him to say, my voice is sounding great, I really appreciate that because I know this guy knows how to sing. And Dan says, sounds great, John. And that means a lot coming from you, Dan, because again, the musicians are always in full force in John Connor's Live. So, in some ways it's like the pressure's on because you guys know like what's going on. But the other side of it is everyone knows what's going on. So it's kind of fun. So I really appreciate that. And Phil, your applause means a lot to me. So thanks, guys, again for tuning in. This was folk and country waltzes using a looper. It's like hybrid of old folk music and new technology to bring you music live via the interwebs. So again, thanks for tuning into John Connor's Live. We'll be back. It's going to be like 2 weeks off because we're always first and third, and it's a 5-week month. So we're not back until Wednesday, June 7th. So enjoy a couple of weeks without me online anyways, and we'll meet again here on whether you're watching us on the Connors Music Facebook page, on the Connors Music YouTube channel, or on our Connors Music Twitch spot. And the links. The links. So if you want to play these country waltzes, you can just snag up this book. We have a few copies and they're on half price. So, don't delay. And then while you're on there, you'll see in our special section, we also have, like I said, the folk and country waltzes for mandolin. Dan here is a mandolin player. He might already have that book though, I think. And then if you're looking to get into some blues riffs, soloing, and you want to start with the fundamentals, then make sure you pick up Hot Guitar Styles. I believe that I put that on sale too. Let me just double check here. If I didn't, I will, because I brought it up tonight here on the show. I didn't. Okay, so stay tuned. If you want the blues riffs one, give me like 5 minutes and I'll put it on sale, and then you can grab it anytime you'd like. So again, thanks for tuning in. John Connor's Live. We'll see you again. Have a good one.